who's going to have the courage to love unapologetically, to tune out all of that noise? She's gonna use you. You're such a simp. Who as a man? And you know, I've told you, 30 people, doesn't matter if it's 30 or 300. I've said certain things publicly that I'm gonna stand on.
And she's right. No man wants to live up to that because no man wants to walk around with the embarrassment of who you are. The woman will always represent the man. If a man walks outside the house and his woman is advertising herself for other men are not going to respect her man. That's what a lot of guys don't understand. You have problems in life because you choose the wrong woman to represent you. She's right. A man is not going to be able to handle everything that she has to offer. A man doesn't want to walk around with her. A man doesn't want to know her background. But a little boy does.
What man is going to feel secure enough, date me, feel good enough to be my man, to not feel inadequate and want to talk to other men? It's so multi-layered to where it's like, it's not, people think it's someone in the industry or not. They think it's that simple. It's not.
She's right. Because a man has to take on too much whenever he's dealing with her. But she's not alone. This is what a lot of girls who for the streets are going to go through within the next year. It's winter time. So naturally, a woman's body is going to start to gravitate towards a man because she needs someone to lay with. That's just normal, which is why they call it cuffing season. But what a lot of females have faced is they've allowed men to gain too much knowledge of women's nature. After gaining the knowledge of women's nature, men are very selective as to where they are putting their heart at. Brittany Renner is a prime example of what it's like for a woman to run free without anyone telling her that she has boundaries. And as she gets older, her cuteness starts to wear off, and then guys starts to have boundaries to who she is. You have to understand, a woman doesn't mind being for the streets as long as she surrounds herself with people that accepts all of her flaws.
Nigga, what?
Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notifications button so you can get the videos as soon as I put them out. If you're looking for the music to the intro and you want the link to the second channel, both are below in the description. But can you do me a favor? Hit the notifications button right now. All right, guys, I got a couple videos for you today. This video is going to be a woman explaining why men who take care of their children is attractive to other women. And then we have a girl that's going to be breaking down the difference between alpha and a masculinity. All right, Myron will be checking her in this video, but this is a popular YouTuber explaining that alpha females, why they become so masculine. All right, this is one that I want you guys to watch because it's broken down pretty well. And then we have a video where a woman is explaining to other women that you're putting on all of these cosmetics to lure in a guy that wants you to be natural. What women have programmed themselves for is the simps online who don't mind them piling on all the makeup because a lot of those guys are addicted to cartoon women anyway. So women can pile on the makeup, and she's breaking down why men want a natural woman. But for the first video, let's find out why she say men are attractive whenever they're single fathers. Let's get to it.
So it is so fathers in their life and stuff. That is kind of a turn on to a woman. Like, look at him taking care of his kid.
Is it?
Son. Yeah,
that's what they say.
I think it's attractive. If I see a man out like with his kids, like at the grocery store or at the zoo or picking them up from school or something, I think that is so attractive.
Women find this attractive because at the end of the day, a woman does want a family. She does want kids, and she does want a man who wants to be a husband. It is society that has changed your outlook as to what a relationship is supposed to be, especially here in the West. When you go over to smaller countries, they're still more traditional because they still believe in the basics. Over here, we have men and women that believe in the basics, but they are distorted. Their thoughts are distorted by what they think a relationship is supposed to be. So most people don't know what a relationship is supposed to be. They're just afraid of being hurt.
Let me ask you a question.
I've been taking my daughter to the grocery store.
No, I think that's so attractive. Like, it's attractive as hell to me. Like I think every woman probably feels like that because it's rare to see men in their kids' life.
Wait. So it's more of a turn on.
She's saying that it's rare to see a man's in a life with their kid. I don't know about you, but most guys that I know that have children, I'm talking maybe 90% of guys that I know that have children, they want to be around their child. It's always the woman that dictates whenever he gets to see the child based off of how she feels for the moment. I tell a lot of kids who have a bitter baby mom, you need to get her a boyfriend. The moment you're able to get her a boyfriend is the moment you're going to have better time with your child. If that woman does not get a boyfriend or some type of distraction, she's going to be a distraction to you. She's going to use the child as a crutch to create this little dramatic game to entertain her life. So when she's saying men, it's rare to see men with their kids, you have to realize most guys are not with their kids because of the mother. Look at the 50 Cent situation.
For you to see a dude taking care of his kid than a dude with no kid?
And the reason for that is because he's already going in the direction that she want to go. He asked her, is a man walking around with a kid more attractive than a man walking around without a kid? She says yes. Why? Because that's already in the direction that she wants to go. It's the same way with a single man that sees a single mother walking around with kids, knowing that she don't have a man. She naturally becomes attracted to you because she's already going in the direction that you want to go, which is why a lot of you nice guys out there, you date a lot of single mothers and you know that's what you're dating. You're attracted to them because they're in the direction you really want to be. You have to understand. Everybody wants to be in love, but everybody is scared and their brain is distracted from what they think a relationship is really supposed to be. Next video, we have a girl breaking down alpha masculinity with Myron. Let's get to it.
As an alpha female, quote unquote, you as an alpha female, quote unquote, you lose respect for that man as a man because you feel like you're doing everything or you're overcompensating.
I would argue there's no such thing as an alpha woman. It's just a masculine woman.
So
Okay.
why does
But-
a man?
Alpha is an inherently masculine like trait.
Correct.
So if a woman is alpha, that's just a nice way of saying that she's just a masculine woman.
Which is a trauma response. If you're dating down, like you may take on that role because you don't feel
Agreed.
secure and things like that. You have to be with somebody you feel secure with to be in that feminine place. I personally feel like.
No.
And she's absolutely right. This is what a lot of you guys have to understand. You cannot be the weak, nice guy in the relationship. You're going to force her to be dominant because she needs to be protected at all times. What we have is we have less men in the world that are dominant to protect a woman. Most of us are already taken by a good woman. So a lot of women are left with soft men to date and they become very masculine towards these soft dudes because they do not feel protected. I tell guys all the time, a woman's masculinity is only acting. It's only somebody she's pretending to be. When she's alone at home, she's her most vulnerable. The only tears that are real with a woman are the tears that she has by herself. The tears on surface are manipulative. Women pretend to be strong and act masculine because it is a defense mechanism. She doesn't want to be used of hurt. So if you are surrounded by a masculine woman, you have to stop and say to yourself, am I really a masculine man? Am I really a tough guy? Am I really an alpha male? Or is this just something I tell people in the comments? Or this is something if somebody asks me, I'm going to tell them I'm an alpha male because nobody wants to be known as a beta male or a weak person because they don't see themselves as that. But if you have a lot of women who are masculine towards you as a man, you need to check yourself. Because the only reason she's acting like that towards you is because she thinks you're weak. But when they get around men like me, they turn all that masculinity down and they have to be a woman. Because one thing that doesn't work in life, an alpha man and an alpha woman can never get along. You have to understand that. If you can get along with women and she's masculine, chances are you are the beta male. That's simple. Next video, woman gonna be breaking down why men want natural women. Let's get to it.
You don't need men don't want anything insane when it comes to women. They want a natural, fertile woman. That means that you're gonna be your natural size, you're gonna have natural color, natural features. You don't need to do all this BBL. You don't need to do all of this makeup. You can be a soft, natural version of yourself and you'll acquire the attention of a masculine male. Men don't want anything insane.
And she's absolutely right. You will attract a masculine male, but you have to understand, most masculine men don't show it. They don't show it. The weak man that walks around trying to look masculine, act masculine, talk tough, look tough, those are normally the weaker ones. Like, if you listen to Andrew Tate tells you all the bodybuilders in the gym that look big and tough, those guys really want to be fighters. They really want to be known as a fighter, which is why you'll see them get in arguments and the first thing they want to do is fight, because they really want to be a fighter, because they put off the allurement of intimidation of alpha. 9 times out of 10, you're going to always see these guys have relationship problems with women because they're only going to be alpha on the outside, but they're going to be real sensitive on the inside. When women start seeing that sensitive side of you, she starts thinking that you cannot protect her. So when it comes to an alpha male wanting a natural woman, a masculine man wanting a natural woman, you have to realize it's going to be based on your attitude, not how you look. But when a woman comes across a natural alpha male, it makes her want to be the best version of herself. It makes her want to submit. She naturally does it. She would make herself like you regardless of how much money that you have. But you have to understand, there's a difference between a man who's not rich and a bummy dude. So when I say it don't matter how much money you have, we not talking about a flat out broke dude that ain't got nothing. We're talking about a guy who still may make 70 to 80 a year, 40 to 50 a year. He got something going on. She would still want you. But if you flat out have nothing, trust me, you ain't going nowhere. But let me take it back. A black woman will still want you. This is Anthony Spade. Hopefully you guys are able to get the message behind the video. Comment, like, subscribe to both of my channels. Hasta la vista.